Chinese food, no soul food here.
Panda Express has been serving delicious dishes since 1983. But what's it like working there? Well, let's find out with 10 things employees revealed about working for Panda Express.
Can we stop at Panda Express?
Big Brother is always watching.
I'm watching you, son.
So you've worked for 7.5 hours straight, taking orders, handling money, possibly having to deal with rude customers. You know, the typical day of customer service work. Well, now there's a nice lull in the influx of customers, so you maybe want to relax a smidgen. Lean against the counter, maybe check your favorite team's sports score or Snapchat. Well, just so you know, while working at Panda Express, the only semblance of privacy you'll get is in the restroom. Not only does the company have security cameras watching the customers and for the safety of their stores, apparently the head honchos think that they need to constantly watch their employees too. According to some ex-employees, there are dedicated staff at the corporate office who watch countless hours of footage from cameras pointed at every workstation there is in the building. Panda Express also demands answers to every voided item recorded. This means that when you have to serve that one customer who changes their order 15 times, well, you are questioned every single time about why there's a voided entry in the register.
It's too much! It's too much!
So don't slack off. Stand at attention and never ever pull that phone out when at the counter. Always follow protocol when handling each penny handed to you and try to read the customer's mind about what they truly want so you avoid being audited. Good luck! Must memorize food codes.
100 minus 43, take the 1 from the 0. Wait.
Okay, so you've decided that you can stand up to the constant watching, auditing, and seemingly brutal work tempo of Panda Express. What should your next step be? Well, apart from showing up on time, dressing appropriately, being presentable, and all that other obvious stuff, you need to memorize your food codes. Considering that those in charge dislike employees talking about things other than work, you'll be mostly using these letters and numbers during your work shift. To keep the flow of food going impeccably and to keep your fellow employees from getting agitated, it would be good of you to memorize each code there is before your first shift. If this isn't a possibility, then it might be worth it to take your first day off to study them. Do nothing else but study. This is because without the knowledge of the codes and being able to keep up with the flow of the work set by the other employees, you will fall behind and more than likely lose your job.
I'm for real.
There's no hiding your shortcomings from whoever's watching those cameras, so try not to provide them with any easily avoidable ammo. 100 ways to say sorry.
Come on, say it.
I'm sorry.
Here's the thing about Panda Express, it will be very difficult to change their menu at this point. Chicken is a staple at the restaurant, and it doesn't appear to be changing anytime soon. So what do employees have to tell the customers who only want to eat vegan food? Well, for the most part, employees have to tell them that it's not an option at Panda Express to eat this way. With the rise in popularity of such diets in recent years, we have seen a fair amount of vegetarian or plant-based meals incorporated into the menu. Although Panda Express is attempting to appease this extended customer pool, they have so far fallen short, according to many. So if you do accept a job at Panda Express and are taking orders, know a few different ways to say no in a polite way. You will be asked by multiple people in multiple ways for a dish that isn't served at the outlet. More than likely, you'll see the same person approach your counter every single day, asking for the same dish that you have already told them you don't serve. Don't be rude to these customers. They're just trying to enjoy some of the delicious food behind that counter and are hopeful that it will appear overnight.
Fingers crossed.
Instead, just use one of the million ways that you've practiced saying no to relay the message again. Free food, Panda style.
Free food!
One of the main questions new employees ask, and rightfully so, is do they get free food? The answer to this might surprise you and make you jump for joy at the same time. Yes, Panda Express employees certainly get free food and sometimes even take the leftovers home if there are any at the end of the night shift.
Don't mind if I do!
But just like with everything else in life, free doesn't always translate to without a catch. There are certainly aspects of free Panda Express food that would make many clamor into the building for an interview. But what if you're told that you only get 10 minutes to eat said free food? Would that make a difference in the excitement of the free price tag? For a lot of Panda Express employees, this is exactly what their experience with free food is. Either from signing in a waiver they didn't quite understand, or by thinking that a 10-minute break every 6 hours of work was enough, many employees don't have time to eat their free food on their 10-minute break. With their break all done, the employees must get back to work or face the wrath of those cameras we discussed earlier. There is the option to take a 30-minute break, though, and that seems to negate the company's ability to curb the free meals. Oh, and no matter how long of a break you take, you must clock out during it. So you're losing money by not working. In a sense, is the meal really free after all? Show your support by hitting that like button. We do appreciate it. Now, let's keep going.
Let's roll.
Bonus.
Money, 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 money.
Well, we've been talking about the negatives of being an employee of Panda Express, so let's shift to a more positive note. Extra money. Receiving extra money every 3 months, that is. Based on employee attendance and performance for the quarter, all Panda Express employees receive bonuses. Before you doubt the legitimacy of said bonus, most employees state that they've never received a bonus less than $100.
Good for them.
So while the bonuses won't make you rich, they can certainly help throughout the year with unexpected emergencies, holiday gifts, vacations, etc. Even at just $100 per bonus, that's an extra $400 a year in income for simply showing up to work and doing your job. Nothing says appreciation of its employees like a company giving them cold hard cash instead of some of the other items that companies like to give. You know the ones, like the calendars or embroidered cups with the company logo that you already have to stare at every day on your computer screen. Like, who wants to drink their morning coffee with that same logo staring them in the face? Cash is the best way to go. Soft and chewy veggies.
Something raw and cucumber-based. A cucumber!
Have you ever wondered how Panda Express makes their famous vegetables so chewy and soft?
The secret ingredient is...
Well, it's a not-so-guarded secret that the company teaches all of its new employees. Not over the course of a few years or anything crazy like that. No, new employees are taught this secret almost instantly. To be fair, it's a fairly simple task that most at-home chefs already know by heart, but if you pursue a career or even a temporary job at the Panda Express, you'll see the exact way that they do it almost on your first day. This is a useful skill to have for those who love stir-fry but don't want to spend the money every day on a takeout box for something you can make at home for cheaper. Teaser alert, you boil the vegetables before doing anything else with them. Still though, it might be better to learn directly from the source if you're looking for a job and have a Panda Express that's hiring in the vicinity. Use the right spoon.
Not a spoon, not a fork, but something in between. A fapoon.
The correct spoon for scooping each food item from each bin of already crafted food must be used each time. One small slip-up could ruin an entire pot of prepared food, and in turn wreck an entire line of people's lunch that they're depending on to get them through the rest of their day. So spoons, honestly, might just be the most important part of your job if you work at Panda Express.
Whatever happens, always remember that.
Washing them, preparing them, keeping track of which spoon is for what food, ensuring that they don't get switched around or dropped into the wrong pot. Literally everything that could go wrong with the spoon is something that you have to consider and worry about if you're a Panda Express employee. It sounds silly, but it's an extremely important part of the job. This could be the biggest mistake of your young career if it's messed up. And by the way, it's also very important to know how to hold said spoon. Some ex-employees have stated that they've seen some new hires being corrected multiple times for placing the handle on the wrong side of the bin or not following their stir, serve, stir, place regime of scooping food. Good customer equals rewards.
The rewards would be enormous.
Once you start your job and become an expert at spoon handling, serving, order taking, and everything else that goes with the job, there's going to be those repeat customers where you know what they want before they even start talking. Heck, sometimes you'll see these customers twice a day. So smile at them, ask how their day's going, provide them with any secret menu knowledge of the day, like special pricing, if a food bin has been sitting out a bit too long, things like that. Oh, and once you've developed a relationship with these customers, and if they treat you well too, you're able to reward them. Half off before closing, bigger scoops of food, maybe even an extra half scoop for no charge.
Good deal.
It pays to be kind, both as an employee and a customer. The old adage of treat others how you want to be treated is very much true in the fast food service industry. Remember that as you're working. Microwaves?
It's our microwave. Ours.
The majority of the items at Panda Express may be fresh and cooked on a stove, but sometimes it's impossible not to use a microwave. The simplicity and quickness of the machine is just impossible to beat. What items are microwaved regularly at Panda Express, you may wonder? Well, if we tell you, you can't hate us for being the bearer of bad news. One of the most pristine and favorite foods supplied by the Panda Express is none other than Mandarin chicken. The extremely sweet chunks of glazed chicken that release aromas of orange and ginger while hitting your taste buds with a spicy ginger kick is one of the most impressive items on the Panda Express menu. So it's often a massive surprise to customers who find out this meal is 100% microwaved. Oh, and they also serve leftovers of this delicious food if any is left over from the night before.
I'm very disappointed in you.
The chicken that's not really fresh in the first place becomes old the second day, especially after it's been microwaved a second time. It might be a good idea to avoid being one of the first people in line when Panda Express opens its doors every day if this is your go-to meal. Wait it out and get the fresh, microwaved that day Mandarin chicken. It'll be worth the wait. Menu knowledge.
You have to order something from the lunch menu.
A large menu is hung above your head as you work. You know the food codes, how to handle the spoon, and your favorite customers trust you to scoop their food. So what do you tell someone that you've never seen before when they ask what to order? Lucky for you and them, your knowledge about the menu is enormous.
My big beefy brain.
The items that go together, the items that are terrible when mixed, and the food that's delicious on its own is all stored inside of your mind. When the newbie customer asks for advice on what items they should order, you're quick to rattle off the best chicken, rice, and vegetable combination. Curveball, the customer doesn't eat chicken. No problem, you're ready for this move and smash it out of the park. If the customer is completely plant-based, and if your store is lucky enough to have the ingredients, then you can rattle that off too. The point is, you're a knowledgeable employee with the ability to help any customer that walks through the door. You take pride in your work and look forward to seeing customers daily, whether new or repeat. As an employee, you are entrusted to help the company continue to thrive. And if you do well, a bonus is waiting at the end of each quarter for your excellent work.
Sounds good to me.
We're open 24/7, so tap or click another great video, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell to join our notification squad. And hey, leave us a comment.